It's day 5 of the 50-50-50 challenge. It's kind of hard to get out early in the morning. We're about to start hiking. Chance of rain. Well, big chance of rain. So we just have to adjust, and we've got our packs situated, rain gear, snacks and stuff for the day. Very little weight because we're going to leave a car where we camp tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll get up and make the trek back of 25 miles. I hope I've got it left in me. Let's get started, guys. Thanks for coming along on this episode of As the Crow Flies Hiking. We're getting started on day 5. We're here at the North Welcome Center, Land Between the Lakes. We've been here many times before.
Why do they call it a welcome center if there's nobody here to welcome you?
We're all alone. No welcome here. We should get like a fanfare, you know.
There weren't even any permits here. I don't feel that welcome.
We're about to get started. But let me just say, this morning, had a little hiccup, as we've always had. More than a hiccup, I threw up in Avalanche's truck. Well, I was able to say, hey, slow down.
I'll be looking for a new hiking partner in about 3 days.
Yeah, something came over me, and I just...
No, something came through you. It came over my door.
Yeah, he barely was able to stop, and I got some on the door and some outside. But it was rough. But I'm fine now, I think. We'll see. 50 miles hiking. Let's check them off. 50 miles biking, check. 50 miles paddling, check. 50 miles hiking, I don't know. I still give us 50-50 on this one. We've gotten lost here before.
Not on this section.
Not on this section, so we should be good. Any final thoughts, Avalanche, as we partake of the 50 miles?
I'm sure it's very tough for you at 50, but at 59 it's brutal. I just hope I make it.
We will make it. Or at least we'll lie and say we did on YouTube.
There you go. We've got video of us hiking this section.
Yeah, we can just splice in the old video and say we did it.
Edit Cole out.
Yeah.
If you see a third person in the video, we picked somebody up on the way.
All right, let's get started. See y'all in 50 miles, or somewhere in between. As I'm doing this last segment of the 50 miles challenge, I think about all the things that could have gone wrong on this trip and still could in this last 50 miles. There was potential mechanical failures in the bike, finding the trail, getting lost, and then getting hit by a car or something, and then just health issues as we went. I know with the last 10 miles, my back was killing me on the bike. Just navigating, make sure we get to 50 miles. And then the paddling. The paddling was the scariest part to me. I wasn't sure if we would make it. And yesterday, at the end, the last 4 or 5 miles, was some of the worst water that I'd had in that kayak. Kayak is 12 feet, and it's only about 6 inches above the water, and it does that so it can be fast, and you feel like you're in a little coffin. But when those waters started coming over the side of the boat, I reached a paddle, and I was in a trough of the waves, and I would miss the wave. My whole momentum and body would shift over to the right, and I felt like I was about to flip. And a couple times I looked and saw the shore was a long way off. That'd have been a tough swim. Then mechanical failures on the kayak could have been a problem too. Avalanche's pedal system got caught a couple of times, and he was able to fix that. Then finding a campsite, animals, all kinds of things, food, making sure we brought everything, all kinds of stuff that couldn't go wrong on the paddling. And today on the hike, well, first of all, I got sick this morning, but I feel like I'm fine right now. Keep my fingers crossed.
been getting lost on the trail. We've been lost on this trail before. We were hiking at night and couldn't find where the turn went off. You know, health issues, all sorts of things could happen on this 50 miles on the trail. But so far, we've been able to do it, and I'm really happy to be out here. As we were hiking and I came across the first bit of mud. This being my third or fourth time here. I just remember the land between the lakes mud. A lot of the trails get saturated because you're close to water anyway, and it is muddy, but it's all part of the adventure.
Whoa, this thing is like a suspension bridge.
It's raining, kind of as we thought. At some point, there was going to be rain. So, it's all part of the adventure. We'll just start hiking in the rain. We're taking a little morning break. We just realized that trail markers in the mileage puts us at, it looks like we'll be doing 60 miles instead of 50. But that's more than 50, so that will work if we can make it. We're taking a little break. Avalanche is in his hammock, and I'm kind of leasing a little space of the hammock here to stay out of the rain.
I had to part ways with Avalanche. His knee was bothering really bad. He's gonna hike 10 miles back to his truck and then go meet me at Golden Pond at the Welcome Center there. So he will actually do about 20 miles a day. I'm gonna keep going. I think total I will have 31, but keep in mind, my pack weight is very light. I don't have my shelter or food in it. Topography here is not straight up and straight down like a lot of trails. It's just kind of rolling hills. So you can go faster and longer on this trail. Well, not much filming I can do the rest of the day if it stays like this, cold and wet. We'll just keep moving on. So as I'm hiking in this rain and cold and stuff, I start thinking, you know, like an older man, like, what's gonna start hurting first? Is it my ankles? Is it blisters and wet on my toes? Am my hands gonna get cold? All those kind of things. You know, just older guy thinking like, oh, what's first? But then I just gotta think, you know what? Just gotta suck it up and go and enjoy the day and being outside in God's creation. It's spectacular out here. Rain or shine, it's so much fun. And hopefully, whatever hurts first won't be bad. The rain has stopped. As soon as I say that, it's probably gonna start raining again. I have about 15 miles left of this day. Now, let me caveat two things. Number one, I don't have all my gear in my pack because my food for tomorrow and my stove, my shelter, and my sleeping bag are at my car where we're supposed to camp. And second, Land Between the Lakes is not extremely tough as far as ups and downs and mountains. It's just rolling hills. But today, if I make it, I will have a personal record of 31.3 miles hiking. I'm kind of excited about that. It's a challenge to me. And I'm finishing off this challenge at 50 years old, so it's super fun. I'm excited. I hated that Avalanche had to turn back to his car, and he's gonna get his car and then meet me at the campsite. Because I don't like really hiking by myself. I enjoy the conversation and talking to people. But I'll see him there. It's gonna be dark as I'm hiking in. As I was doing the math, which I'm not good at, I think I'll get through about 8:30, 8:45, 9:30. No, I think I'll get through about 8:30. I hope. I gotta keep like a good pace. If I can do that, should be good. I'll try to show you some of the trail, but it's just so nasty and sloppy. Every time I try to walk, I slide out from under me. But right now I'm on this gravel road, as you can see, and it's all good. All part of the adventure. I made it to the junction of, well, I guess you just call it E. I don't know. I got to get to H, I know that. H is Golden Pond Welcome Center. But I'm at a road and a campground down there. I remember stopping here years ago when we did this. I don't know how many miles I got. I just know that I better get my headlamp ready because I will be hiking in the dark, I think for at least 2 hours. Oh well, it's all part of the adventure. That's an eagle. I'm not sure if the video captured it or not, but I was turning on the camera and immediately there was a gunshot, which has kind of startled me. As the gunshot went off, I looked up and some major rustling off the tree, and it was an eagle. I don't think I captured it very well because, you know, it's hard to get on film, but it took off, and the wingspan on that sucker was incredible. I mean, it looked like a human flying off that tree. Wouldn't that be awesome if you could fly? Head on down the trail. Absolutely beautiful. This is what I'm getting to see all day long. I was hoping at this point I could say where I was and how much I have left of this 31-mile day, but there's nothing on the sign, so I don't really have the best maps on here. I do have a map program on my phone I'm going to check, but I think I've got about 8 miles left and it's about to get dark. So time to put the headlamp on, put my head down, and keep walking. Last few miles, baby. Let's get it done. Well, we made it through the day. 31.2 miles. It was fantastic. One of my favorite days of hiking. I got to do my personal best of 31 miles and just got in a rhythm. It was wet. I had to adjust things. But once I got all set, it was just a glorious day of hiking. We've gotten our dinner cooked and the rain's coming down a little bit. And my sunburn is starting to blend in a little more. But after it got dark, I had 2 hours of hiking in the dark. And I tell you, it'll put some endorphins in. I kicked into a different gear trying to get to the end. We're going to do about 20 miles tomorrow. Probably do 10 out and 10 back just to finish the 50. It's been a great trip. My favorite. I will see you guys in the morning. Thanks for sticking with me. Last day of the 50-50-50 tomorrow. Good night.